Hi there. I think perhaps like a lot of people during this strange period, we've been catching up on things that probably should have done ages ago. And one thing that we've been doing is decluttering. And in doing that, you find some very interesting things. So I found all my old football programs, and this is actually the first match I ever went to, which was on the 19th of February 1966. But we've also found some other things. Let me find them for you. And this is The Dane. Now, The Dane is the school magazine from the school I went to, which was called St Clement Danes Grammar School in W12 in West London. And I found myself looking through the photographs and everything. So you got photographs of the teachers, and you got photographs of the prefects. There's even one with me in there in 1972, I think. But I ended up putting one of the photos of the staff on a Facebook page. There's a Facebook page for London W12. And he got a response from a boy I was at school with. And he first said, "Oh, I've not got fond memories of those teachers, you know." And so I got sort of chatting to him a little bit. And he told me a story. He was a bit of a, let's say, a lively lad. He had fun when he was at school. And he, at the end of the 5th year, so when he was 16, after O-levels, he decided to leave school and to get a job. And he told me about his last day at school. And he'd been to see the deputy head. And the deputy head had said to him, if you don't get a job, if it doesn't work for you, you can come back in the 6th form. And he was actually quite pleased about that. Thought, oh, that was really nice of the deputy head. Oh, perhaps he'd misjudged him. Perhaps he was a nicer man than he thought. So apparently this boy said to him, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And then the deputy head looked at him and said, yeah, because every village needs an idiot. And that had stayed with this boy all the rest of his life. Now, he'd actually ended up doing quite well, and he became the assistant director of housing for a London borough. And apparently, on his last day before retirement, he actually quoted this deputy head of saying that to him. Every village needs an idiot. And he said to me, actually, it inspired him to move on and to make sure he made something of his life. And I've been thinking about that, and I felt, well, that's great for him. And he obviously is a strong character and was able to cope with that. But it struck me that other people, they just wouldn't have been able to have coped with something just so negative as that. And in the book of Proverbs in the Bible, Proverbs 18 verse 21, it says, the tongue has power over life and death. So I've been thinking how we need to use our tongue. We need to use our speech to edify, to bring people up rather than put them down. And I'm really trying my hardest to do that at the moment. Colossians 4 verse 6 says, let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person. Ephesians 4 verse 15 talks about speaking the truth in love. In Hebrews chapter 10, there's some verses 24 and 25, and it says, don't neglect to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encourage one another all the more. And I really want to encourage us to encourage one another and to be positive in our speech to one another. Proverbs 15 verse 4 says, gentle words bring life and health. And I don't know about you, but, there doesn't seem an end to what we're all going through at the moment. And we need those gentle words that bring life and health. And I really want to say to myself and encourage all of us that actually we will use our tongue well. This boy from school, he's a strong character. Yes, he was inspired to make something of his life. But let's remember that many of us are not like that. And we need to be encouraged by one another. We need to have those positive words said to us. Hope you have a good week. I hope you hear some positive words from others. And I hope we all get a chance to say some positive things to build up those that we meet. Families, friends, neighbours, people in the shops, people we hardly know. Take care. Bye-bye.